What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Beza. If you haven't already seen, my channel is all about wisdom, books, knowledge, and mental fortitude. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button to help the YouTube gods favor me and sacrifice goats in my honor. So today I want to talk about Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. This book is phenomenal. This book is absolutely beautiful. It falls right in line with the things that I've been talking about in this channel when it comes to introspection and meditation and thinking about books. He is very strict on himself, but in a good way. So this is his own diary that was later found after he passed away, and someone thought we should publish this and give it to the public because it's absolutely amazing. And that's what they did. And it just blew up in popularity, especially in recent times with people being so busy, so hooked on social media, so lost in a different dimension that isn't even real. He preaches a lot about bringing people back to themselves, looking inward in order to find escape. There's a line in here that I'll do a video on later where he says that there's no better retreat that one could have than into one's own self, right? And he compares it to people going on vacation. They always want a house on the beach and look at the lake, but that provides nothing if you can't escape your actual stress. You're just going to take your stress with you or leave it behind, and then once you go back to that stress, it's still going to be there. We all feel that when we go on vacation. And he says you got to relax inward. You got to look in and find peace and be happy with that. But the main thing I want to talk about in this video was a certain chapter that he wrote where it was just so fascinating. So he takes a very literal approach to how people are, right? So we're all made of flesh, we all have bones, we all have same characteristics that define us as humans. And he says everything plays a part in this world, and he talks about how the world is connected, right? We're all one big thing. We're all one living, breathing organism in a network with each other. And he defines nature as a living, evolving thing because nature is a living, evolving thing. And he says that everything that we have is borrowed, pretty much. He says that the flesh that we have when we die is going to go back into the earth. The breath that we consume is literally borrowed. We borrow it from plants and give it right back to nature. The blood in our bodies will turn back into water after it breaks down into its atomic roots. And he says, but where does the thought process go? Where do the minds go? Where do all the ideas that we have go? Because if everything that we already have is borrowed, surely this has to be borrowed too. And he says that we borrow it from a network of people, right? We all contribute our ideas to this living, breathing cloud, as you will, like an internet cloud. We provide ideas to this cloud, and we grab from them, we construct our own, and we put it right back. And it's just so interesting that he thought of that thoughts are a network of nervous system, of living, breathing organism that keeps working and evolving and growing over time. Just like the way that we discovered things from way back then, the medieval times, to now with all the technology we have, no one man did that by himself. It was a continuous thought process of many and many and many people coming together and contributing 1% to this whole big giant scale of an idea of what the human race is. And I just thought that was absolutely fascinating. I was like, this guy is going places. This Marcus guy, he's got a future ahead of him. And I just want everybody on this channel who's been watching to think of things in this nature. To think of everything that we have as borrowed, right? We don't own time. We don't own tomorrow, and we don't own yesterday. Maybe we own the thoughts of the regrets that we have, but who really wants to own that? Or maybe we own the anxiety of the future that's coming and what could go wrong, but who wants to own that, right? The only thing we I guess you could say, the only thing we have a hold of is the very, very present. And I mean the very present, down to the millisecond. Because you can't own anything else. Even your thoughts are borrowed from something else. Like in the movie Inception, where he says, don't think about a pink elephant. What do you think about now? You think about a pink elephant because I put that idea in your head. Thoughts come from other things. Like when we're young, we learn to read. Letters are just letters. You show an animal the letter A, they don't care. But we have associated it with a sound. We have associated that sound to mean something else when combined with other sounds. We have one word made up of all these little things, that we developed our own code, our own system of developing language, and we don't own that, right? That was part of the thought process of all the humans that came before us and put together this system, right? So it's all about building with our brains. It's all about even the physical and the mental. It's all about building these systems that propel us a little bit forward each and every time that we develop something. Right now we're in the middle of a technology era. This is kind of like the Bronze Age or the medieval times when everything like was stagnant, and then they discovered a new product, and then it just shoots up, like with the internet and with smartphones. And it's fascinating. So think about all the things that you contribute. Think about all the conversations that you have with people. Are you contributing negative thoughts to all of these conversations that you have with people? Are you leaving behind a trail of, sour bitterness, or are you putting forward good memories? Are you, leaving conversations better than when you first started them? I'm not the type of guy who could have mindless conversations and talk about gossip and, he say, she say, which sometimes, like you can watch a video on it, or you watch, Karens get arrested. But like after a certain time, you got to be a little bit more productive. And I love the fact that he makes you really think about, what are you contributing? What are you contributing to this network that you're a part of? And don't think like, oh, I'm so small, there's billions of humans in the world. But no, think about it. You have a chance. Like, you're one in a million, kind of like the saying goes. You're one in a million. But one in, maybe about 7 billion. But think about it. That's really good. Those odds are slim, but you made it. You're part of that 7 billion of the current living, breathing network of thoughts and systems that we have in the air right now, constructing all these new ideas and literally developing the future as you go on. You have the opportunity to teach the younger people what you learned from your ancestors, and keep the network growing in a positive way and branching out like a tree and just ultimately growing forever. That one chapter got me to think about all that. So if you guys like stuff like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm going to do a bunch of more videos on Marcus Aurelius, because he's just, oh my God, his book is good. His book is really good. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Stay safe, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.